I've been mainly playing MK1 recently, so today I'm going to show you how to play Omni-Man, even though I am really late to this and this game is already 6 feet under. The camera that I like using is Jax, mainly because I have the most fun with him. Loads of other cameos work with him, like Kano, honestly even Striker and mainly Lao. The better players tend to use Lao because of his low overhead mix-up that you can set up and just spam it. But today I'm going to show you guys more setups and the most optimal combos you can really do on this character with Jax. So this is the first combo, the most optimal one with that launcher. When you're in the air here, you want to call Jax halfway through and then go into your Ultramite stance and finish it with your triangle. That's the first combo. Jax pretty much gets combo extenders for all of Omni-Man's combos, and it just pretty much adds an extra like 10% on all of his combos, which is just insane. Here again, that's mainly because of this. This by itself is already 20%, and it scales really well on combos, which just makes it really fucking broken. I will now show you one setup that you can do with Jax. First setup is you call him in for the ground pound. You go into Ultramite stance. The first thing you can do with him is this. That does 10%. The second thing you can do, if they try and jump it, let's say Reptile starts jumping, right? To avoid the low, right? What you can do then, sorry. What you do then is this. And then you just lead into a combo. I suck dick, but that's what's meant to happen. So you call Jax in. Then you do this. And then what I like doing is if Jax is still doing his thing because he hasn't hit my enemy yet, instead of finishing the combo like this and fully finishing it with the ground pound like this, I like just doing this, and then it goes back into the setup again. It just becomes another sort of mind game 50-50 more or less. The next setup you can really do also for this, if the person gets hit like that, you can't actually grab them off the Ultramite stance like that, so you need to use a bar like this. Oh my fucking god, like this. You need to use the bar to actually get it to work. Another thing that you can do with this is if you wanna, it's loopable, so you can do this. Into the ground pound, you call Jax in, you go into your stance, and then you go into this. You have to use a bar each time, but it's pretty loopable. And then the other thing you can really do is the same thing with Jax, but this mix-up is actually good. So again, if Jax hits him, you have to use a bar to pick him out the air. But it's pretty much a guaranteed combo or a guaranteed, how much does this do? 6%. The best thing they can really do in this scenario is jump. If they jump, you hit them out the air, and then you still have Jax with 2 more pounds. If they don't jump, you get a full combo. But also remember that you need to use a bar if Jax hits them, and that's the case with most combos. Another thing you can do, Omni-Man's spacing is really good. So what I like doing is I go for this, not advancing, but this is his best move pretty much. So you go bang bang, you then backdash, you go into this, right? And that leads to the whole combo, the one that does 44. Same with this, so you go bang and then you instantly backdash. So this is another mind game that you can do with this teleport. Let's say they poke. If they poke your TP, you backdash and then you punish them with this. If they don't poke your TP, you just grab them. Also, another important thing with Omni-Man's grab now, because of Jax, when you grab, the second you see the whoosh, the second Omni-Man does the whoosh, you want to call in Jax, and it gives you extra damage. Now, all of your throws that Omni-Man does are now 16% rather than 11, which is good. So this is another mind game you can do. And then you can, so yeah, if they don't poke through it and just sit there, you just call Jackson, you get 16% each time. It's fucking retarded. The next thing you can do, I'm gonna show you guys how to sort of, the only ways you can go into Fatal Blow. Omni-Man's Fatal Blow is not the best to combo into, and it's just not the best Fatal Blow, full stop. When grabbing your opponent and throwing him in the air, here, like that, you can use your Fatal Blow there, no matter how much damage you've done before. If you played Mortal Kombat before, you'd know that the more damage you do, the harder or the faster your opponent falls to the ground, right? That doesn't actually apply to this, to that fall. That's always the same, it's the same animation, it's the same falling speed. So even, let's say this, right? That's only 13%, right? So if I do this, right, I'm already done 30%, but you see how the animation is the same, it's the same speed. So it doesn't matter what comes before this, you can just activate Fatal Blow from here, and then you want to mash your buttons for more damage. And it's the same for all of the combos, you want to sort of end it with that. Another thing that's not sort of weird, but it's just how Omni-Man works. You can only do this once. After your second grab, so for example if you do this, like this, Omni-Man is going to throw them to the side, which actually makes it easier for Jax to grab them, which is why everything works, right? Another combo that you can really do is this one of the poke, like this. If you're not confident in the 40% one, you can do this one. This doesn't require any bar, you can then call Jackson, and it leads into the same thing pretty much. I will now also show you the corner combo. There's two of them, but I can't actually do one of them. So I just do this one for both this and this, right? So you go bang, 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 bang. And then Jax is meant to grab them and then you go back into that. What's nice about this is if you do it properly, the enemy ends up back in the corner. So this, let me show you. This, the way I call Jackson here, well, if I wasn't bad at the game, the way the game works, and the way Omni-Man works, the opponent ends up in the corner no matter what, because of all the side switching. So if you do this, see, he ends up back in the corner. And then if you're feeling cheeky, I guess, you can do this move of Wake Up. It hits twice, so it's gonna break armor, most armor. Yeah, all armor in the game, it should break armor. And then you can go back into this if you don't suck. Like this. And then you get a whole combo again. Try to not use this move and this move unless you're doing a setup. This move, wait, sorry. This move, if you up block it, it's minus 36. Quite literally, any move in the game punishes that. And up blocking in this game is pretty easy, especially because this move, it's really easy to react to. It's so easy to react. I've had so many people react to it, even on like 110 ping or something. It's insane how easy it is to react. Same with any of Omni-Man's moves. Don't use this. Don't use just any of this unless you know it's safe or unless you have a read on them, right? So even if you do this, even if it's not a flawless block, it's still like minus 1 bajillion. So you're still gonna get full combo, you're still going to fucking die. Like minus 25, any move in the game punishes it. So only do it if you have a read on the person. You can actually do it off reaction. So if Reptile decides to throw Force Ball, right? If he decides he wants to throw a Force Ball, you can do it off reaction. Well, that wasn't really reaction, but like that. Yeah, and you can do it off reaction. And it's a really fast startup, but it's insanely unsafe. There you go. There's really nothing else you can really do with Omni-Man. His this overhead, you don't get to see it much, but it's a really good, not even mix-up, it's just a really good way to keep your opponent awake. Omni-Man doesn't really have any insane full screen presence, except his clap, this. When you amplify it, it almost reaches full screen. It's not full screen, but it's just about, you know? So, this move, even though it's not full screen, for this you have to use a bar. His normal clap is genuinely, I can't even do it. Yeah, his normal clap is pathetic. So even if you have no bar, your opponent is probably going to look at your bar or think if it's logical for you to spend a bar on this. So even if you don't have a bar, just keep them awake with this one. It's a startup of 28, so some may react to it, but unless you're like playing against the best player in the whole entire stratosphere, no one's reacted to this online. Another thing you should do is you should use this to sort of advance into things, and on block you can use this to sort of extend it or just like put a little mix in it. This you can use this as down cameo, so you go bang bang down cameo, and you can kind of have to keep the opponent guessing. I like doing this to force them to respect my move, and after they respect my move, sometimes I just go like this into a grab, because this can be done as late as you want. So look, well, yeah, you can do it late, it doesn't even matter, the timing isn't really too crazy, so they have to respect it, and then this can lead to a lot of stuff, you know. Some strings that I like to abuse sort of is this, into poke and back into it. Also, another thing that you can do, if your opponent is just ducking the whole time and just blocking or ducking, you can throw this in. Most people haven't actually, or they just don't care about Omni-Man enough to like differentiate between the two animations, this and this, right? They're quite similar because they're both just like a punching animation, right? It's very common. So unless your opponent is experienced with the matchup, and if he is crouching the whole time, this will hit him, and you can go from that into this, right? And then it's gonna lead to a full combo. Also, don't, if your opponent is holding block the whole time, don't do this. So if you want to convert off something, you have loads of time, so watch how late I do the actual Viltrum stance. Okay, that was a horrible example, but see, it's quite late. You have loads of time to convert off your Viltrum stance, and pretty much with jacks, each combo or touch that you get on them is going to be 35. So this leads into this. Well, if you didn't suck, but that's 40. So this leads into this. Well, yeah, that would be 40, but you have to not suck dick. And then this also leads to 45, I think, 44, 45, if you do the jacks follow-up afterwards. This leads into this, which can lead into either this or you can do the one I showed you earlier. This is 36, the other one is 37. So you go bang, bang. I probably should get out the corner, but you don't need bar to do this. But I like using bar every once in a while. If I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the grab. That was 37. Use this move to sort of advance. And I told you put the little jacks at the end too, if you feel like you not have to, but just put it in to make them respect your moves more. Last thing, it's weird. The scaling on this combo, not the scaling, but the way it works, you can't actually do it with all the moves. So if you do too much damage, your opponent will drop too quickly, and you won't be able to actually do the kick after falling, see? So the two moves that I found useful they can do it off is this, because it's as fast as punish, and off this jump in that goes bang, bang, bang. You can do it off this and that. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. And even though this game is absolutely dead, I still sort of enjoy it, because I like getting better at things. Bye bye.